Hey everyone, this is WeirwoodWin911. Welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories.
Huh? What's the matter?
It's that creepy castle that I was talking about earlier. I know I didn't imagine it. 'Cause that was the castle where Sora had to use the Keyblade to free Kairi's heart. Then he just disappeared, and I was so worried. How could I ever forget that?
Oh, it was when I turned into a Heartless. Wait, that happened in a castle?
You forgot that? 'Cause I remember perfectly.
Then what's it called?
That's easy, it was. Somebody help me. Is it in your journal?
Every word. I finished the first volume right before we got to this castle. Now then, if I can just find it. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, how could it be?
What's the matter?
Oh, my entries, they're gone. Every page is blank.
What do we do?
How could this have happened? I'm so careful with the journals. All that hard work is gone.
The journal's blank. What's going on?
Well, perhaps maybe Sora's hood isn't exactly the best place to keep the journal. But that is an interesting point. Why would a journal, which we worked so hard to create in Kingdom Hearts 1, just have all its pages be erased?
Something's screwy. Journal pages don't just vanish.
What if it's more things?
Huh?
Goofy was telling us about another castle we'd been to. But none of us really remembers it. Do you think? Could it be that we don't remember because we're losing our memories?
Losing our memories?
Hold on. Remember what that mystery fella said? In this place, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. It must have been our memories he was talking about losing.
So if we keep going, we'll lose more. Guess it really is Castle Oblivion.
So the higher we go, the more we'll forget. Does that mean everything and everybody will be forgotten?
Riku and Kairi too.
Do you want to go back?
Don't worry, fellers. We might forget about where we've been or what things we've seen, but we won't forget who our friends are.
I don't know.
Come on, Sora. When you turned into a Heartless, did you forget about me and Donald?
Of course I didn't.
There you go. No matter what happens, you won't forget your friends.
Oh. You're right. Thank you, Goofy.
So if there's nothing here that can make you forget about your friends, then we have nothing to be scared of. Let's go!
But when I turned into a Heartless, who was the one who took forever to notice and kept clobbering me?
How that time you couldn't forget about that.
Okay, those cutscenes bring to light a little important note here about the porting job that Square Enix did. Jiminy and Sora's faces in particular. When you see them talking sometimes in those cutscenes, well, Jiminy in particular, Sora only sometimes, you can see how pixelated and pre-made those faces are as they flapped with their mouths, rather than actually look like they're talking. Now that was an old PS2 trope that at the time worked, but carrying it over to the PS3, especially with such a low-res face, it's kind of jarring. So, well, I guess they couldn't do... I guess that wasn't worth the time, but they could have easily just did away with that if they had given themselves a bit more time. Anyway, now, since we're on the 3rd floor, we're going to be taking on Olympus Coliseum. And the only thing we can read on that bulletin board is Olympus Coliseum Survival Cup. So that gives you the general idea of what we're going to be doing this time around. It's basically a competition, that which we have known Olympus Coliseum so well for, even though it's not really more of the battle gauntlets as it was in Kingdom Hearts 1, but more a quote-unquote obstacle course. Sora, being as hot-headed as he is, wants to join up, even though, you know, these are simulation worlds, but I guess at this point, Sora, Donald, and Goofy are just playing it as the events go out, rather than doing the same thing they did in Traverse Town and just question why everything is like going on exactly as it was in the first time. I mean, granted, it makes the reenactment a bit more convincing, because I feel like that would have been an annoying trope if they repeated that every single world, where it's just Sora's questioning why everything's happening again. But yeah, so that was their way of getting things done, I suppose. Anyway, here's Hades, of course. Why have a Hercules world without Hades? And here's Cloud. Of course, rocking the Vincent cosplay. I mean, honestly, I don't know why they couldn't have just gone with Cloud's normal outfit. Instead, they had to give him the golden gauntlet, at least golden fingers, that red cape. Come on, they could have just put Vincent in. I mean, this is me speaking as a person who hasn't, like, played for myself Final Fantasy VII, so awkward, but yeah. Could have kept Cloud more loyal to his form rather than trying to meld Vincent and Cloud together like some sort of... Well, I already used the analogy for cosplayer, so I'm already at a loss for analogies. Anyway, now that we're in Olympus Coliseum, of course I want to show off the enemies here. Since new enemies are indeed a thing. As soon as we get past this first wave, hopefully... nope, never mind. I chose specifically the wave that had only blue rhapsodies and shadow. So, next room then, I suppose. Let's make this room feeble darkness, just so that the enemies that we encounter won't be that much of a pain in the ass. So, one thing I wanted to cover is why exactly I have to choose a wave of Heartless and hope to God that it's the wave that gives me the Heartless I'm looking for. Well, that's because I can't precisely predict what each wave will be. See, right there, I just got the exact same wave as last time, so that wasn't really all that substantial. However, I can't avoid this since I can't really predict what Heartless will be behind each door. So, forgive me for that little bit of discrepancy. Let's make this a martial walking. I will, however, try and go for a different type of enemy wave here. Like, here, I'm gonna go ahead and hit a Blue Rhapsody. And, looky here! New type of enemy, Power Wilds. These guys were in Deep Jungle in Kingdom Hearts 1, but since, I don't know, for some legal reason, Square and Disney weren't able to use Tarzan, so that's why he was omitted. But they still had the rights to the Heartless, of course, so they were kept in the game, and since Olympus Coliseum really didn't have any of its own unique Heartless to its name, they got the Deep Jungle Heartless. Like Bouncy Wild here, another monkey-type Heartless. The Power Wilds are not too bad. They're kind of like the soldiers in that regard. Like, they'll break you eventually, but they aren't anything too difficult. The Bouncy Wilds, the girl variation, can be a bit troublesome because they can do, like, trickster-type things. They can sap some Moogle points from you. But it's not anything too bad. Trying to avoid battle as best as I can, since, you know, one fight per room. I stand by that principle. And at least I was able to show off those different types of enemies, so I don't have to worry about being overly conservative anymore. About showing off the battles, I mean, because I feel like I'm being too conservative with that mechanic. Okay, so while I was grinding, I got a new type of card. As you might be able to tell if you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts and know the Keyblade things, the card I got was Olympia. It's basically much the same as the... let me try that again. It's very much alike to the Three Wishes Keyblade card. The strike is okay, the thrust is terrible, and the combo finish is great. So, these are generally cards you're going to want to put in every third slot, like I have already. But the only difference is that the break recovery is a bit better. So, if you find yourself getting broken a lot, which you really shouldn't, but if you do, then that's a good thing to do. Anyway, now it's time to show off the third and final new enemy in this world, the large bodies. They're very much alike with the Fat Bandits. I realize I'm using that a lot, that wording a lot, but that's what they are. That they don't breathe fire, but they are still invulnerable from the front, so you're gonna want to keep that in mind. And make sure you get behind them when you try and strike at them. Hey look, I'm actually leveling up on screen for once. I'm not sure if I've done this level up screen before. At least this time I'll know that I'll have done it at this point. But here's your level up boost. You got your slates on number 3. Those let you learn new slates. CP boost increases your deck capacity. HP boost, well, I think you know what that does. I am going to raise my CP so that I have a more versatile deck. So, yeah, that's... Generally, CP is better than the rest, but obviously you need HP if you're gonna survive. And slates if you want anything significant done with your stock cards. Even though I can't really continue any lines of, like, thought I might have started in between rooms by my system of cutting out battles, it makes it so that I have more time to remember things, make sure I have everything in check while I'm doing these playthroughs. For instance, I have yet to show off the map, so here it is. It's a bit convoluted, because here's our next story event, and you'd think that you'd be able to enter it from here, but nope, we've got to go all the way around and enter it from this side. Which is what I'll be doing right now. So, this one requires something that's a 5-er up. Let's go with the Alchemic Walking. 7-er up. meeting ground seems alright. And then the key of beginnings. Let's see where the recreation of the Olympus Coliseum story takes us, since we spent the entire video just going through the world, since, as you saw there, we've pretty much made all the rooms we can. So, I guess a little bit of story progression here is gonna be good for this video. It will make it not really as pointless. I could have ended the episode, but it would have been a bit on the short side, of course. Anyway, here's Phil, unbelieving of the fact that we completed the preliminaries, and up to his usual antics of not being able to count. But it does seem as though we deserve a shot thanks to Herc's suggestions. Of course, there is another string attached to that. We're the only ones who could finish the course. How strange. Well, not really, we're like the bestest ever. But I guess we're going up against Herc one-on-one. Oh wait! Here comes a new challenger! It's Cloud. Speaking of Cloud, that FF7 remake got announced like a week ago. Less than a week, but still. I mean, at this point, it was announced over a month ago, as of the video's upload, but it's awkward trying to consider the time gap in which I'm recording the episodes to the time that I'm actually uploading the episode. It's kinda weird, but it works. I can talk about things, unless it's something I specifically don't know has happened. Because, like, if I'm recording an episode, like, 2 months in advance, not that I'd ever do that, the most I've ever done is a month and a half. But I can't really talk about things that happened really recently in terms of recording, so that makes things a bit awkward on my end in terms of trying to talk about things that are topical. Anyway, looks like the race has started, and we only have 3 contestants. Well, 3 groups of contestants, because Herc's his own party, Cloud's his own party, and Sora, Dawdley, Goofy are our party. Alright, anyway, so I think this is a good time to end the episode. Next time, we're going to be going through the story events. So, this has been Wayward Wind 911. Thanks for watching this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, and have a great day.